Hello everyone friends, you are on the Franklin Trade channel. Today in this video we will discuss how to properly select currency pairs and how I go about doing it. Over time you will understand that there are many currency pairs, but they all sometimes move in the same direction. And half of these currency pairs don't have any good movements. In this case, we will analyze it together. I will show you how I select currency pairs and you will take this experience for yourself. Let's begin. As we can see, I have already mentioned the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and we continue scrolling. I do not mark a lot of assets because there is no interesting movement happening on them. Currently, Canada and Switzerland have support and we may be able to capitalize on it. Canada and Japan appear intriguing, there is also support, but we will not be working here. The Euro-Australian dollar exhibits a strong and stable trending movement with noteworthy corrections and a consistent pattern. Similarly, the Euro-Canadian dollar, Euro-Pound, Euro-Japan and Euro-Dollar look interesting to us. Other currency pairs are already showing us some trends, for example like with the Pound-Australian dollar and Euro-Australian dollar, which we can work with. The Canadian dollar also experienced changes after the news came out. The news shifted the market and the market understood where it was heading. However, some assets still have instability and trading there is not very good. We need to carefully analyze the situation and make informed decisions based on the available information in order to navigate the market effectively and maximize our potential profits. So pals, we've picked assets jointly and we don't have numerous. Let's examine the very first one. Australia, Canada, we had good growth supported by volumes came in and growth started. In a similar way, we can utilize the Fibonacci grid to comprehend the source from which the correction will come. We do not expect a correction at the moment and we have a small range to open a short position. Let's do it. Let's choose a good volume of $500 because we've hit a really nice correction together. Let us take a closer look at it. As you can see, the price is currently decreasing slightly for us. We should closely monitor this downward trend to make informed decisions. The correction can continue for approximately 50%. Furthermore, we can still work with up to 50%, allowing for flexibility and adaptability in our approach. Next, there will be a zone of uncertainty, and we will need to understand whether the price will go up or down. So this is a good situation to open a short position here. Besides, volumes always help us. Canada, Switzerland. I have already mentioned that in this location we have a support level below, which the price has already hit and reached. And it is quite possible that we will either encounter a correction, a breakout, or movements that are unclear in nature near the level. But we will be able to work it out only when the price approaches that particular point in the market. At the bottom, we also hold a minimum value that the price can reach after breaking through the established resistance level. Let's take a look, and it's actually not that far and there's a high probability that the price will move somewhere like this after the breakout. We have chosen this asset and will continue to observe how everything is unfolding with it. Alright, let's move on to see what analysis we can make on other currency pairs. The Euro-Australian dollar is growing nicely, rising within a small expanding channel. Most likely the price will move somewhat like this, but this is not the typical situation where the price follows the textbook precisely. It's written so simply in the textbook in all those pictures on the internet, we will remove this asset and not trade it. The Euro-Canadian dollar appears to be an interesting currency pair as it is currently showing robust growth and is anticipated to soon surpass its previous highs. So we will continue the analysis a little later, but for now let's see how the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar are about to close in the positive for us. The price is decreasing at a very slow pace, it is not very comfortable, you need to select a slightly longer expiration period. So we even have the Euro-Canadian dollar here. Let's try to open a long position right here. The price is still rising well for us. It has room to go, places to move. Moreover, our maximum is very far away. And it is quite possible that within 5 and 10 minutes the price will move in that direction, again with corrections. We had a small breakthrough here, you could say a small triangle, which is also in line with our textbook. One could argue that there exists a trend line along which the price is currently still moving in an upward direction. However, I do not appreciate such strong upward movements merely due to the fact that the price cannot rise sharply without specific reasons. The Pound-Australian dollar also looks interesting. It is rising just like the others and its highs are somewhere far away here in this trading session. This area in this range was the final price that was traded. and as we can observe, there was a minor consolidation when the price approached this range. However, at the present time, we will continue to observe expansion. We ought to anticipate expansion up to this particular level. I don't know what's next. Canadian pound, like all pounds, look the same. Also a similar growth, but everything is very strongly ascending. Here you can see a triangle, of course, a little more interesting. Let's also take a look at 5 minutes. 5 minutes is also somewhere far away, where we have previous highs that the price is actively approaching, so there we will be looking for either a reversal point together or a breakout of this area. For short traders, now is a good chance to enter a micro correction for a moment. We will not do that as it is too dangerous and requires a different approach. So the Canadian dollar, as we can see, had a good rise on the news. After that, we have a stable upward trend movement and exactly the same triangle as on all currency pairs and a breakout as per the textbook. We are making good progress, so you can also open positions here. I kept the Swiss franc dollar to demonstrate that the price can trade within such a range for a considerable period of time. Here you either enter from the support level or from the resistance. This is classic for us. Meanwhile, the Euro-Canadian dollar is closing positively for us and we are making a decent income together. As you can see, the CAD and the AUD are declining and not reaching the 50% correction level, contrary to expectations. Let's continue working. The dynamics remain on other assets, but as I see it, a slight correction has already started everywhere. Let's work through this correction together and see what's interesting here. The most interesting ones are the pound Canadian dollar and the euro Canadian dollar. Well, since we've already worked with the Canadian dollar, I think we'll open a position right there. Okay buddies, also do not forget about my YouTube channel. Remember to like this video, leave comments, ask your questions. I occasionally respond to them in my videos. And also do not forget that I have a Telegram channel where we trade and generate profits. We trade every day and joining our team is absolutely free and the position closes in a profit. We have taken for the continuation of the correction. The correction is already quite satisfactory. And I assume that due to the presence of volume and trend efforts, it is quite possible that the price will now reverse its direction. Therefore, it is worth considering finding an entry point for the continuation of the trend movement. And we already possess a small price stop, and we will initiate a position in order to capitalize on an increase from it. We initiated a position, the price is undergoing a correction near our entry point, but eventually it ascends and the position concludes in a profitable outcome. Friends, this is how I analyze currency pairs, this is how I work. You should remember and repeat this. Thank you all for watching, bye bye.